This is Unofficially Official. I'm Star Miller, and
I'm Mayor Mike.
we want to welcome you to our podcast where we fully intend to educate you on all things local. Welcome back to another riveting episode of our podcast, Unofficially Official. I'm here with Kyle Gardner, our tech. Please say hello, Kyle.
Hello, Kyle.
And Mayor Mike Pavey. Kyle's really on the ball. He's updated our studio with each passing episode, hasn't he?
He has. He's still working on the logo a little bit because we've kind of taken that over.
Because he made me look like I was... No.
Yours was pretty accurate.
It was inaccurate.
Mine was okay. I kind of looked like the Ohio State head football coach a little bit. And then Kyle looked like, weirdly,
a
like
munchkin.
a 60-year-old man.
Benjamin Button.
It was just odd.
That's not good.
I feel like we should get that on shirts, the first shirts we print.
We're going to try a little bit different.
Yeah, merch. Okay, but now we're going to talk about something that I think is more boring than these things, but Citizens State Bank, they tore down the old Big O building. Yeah? Kyle's like, that's it. That's all.
Yep, they sure did.
Tell me more about
It's gone.
So Citizens is going to build a whole new building on that lot, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that it? That's it, Kyle? That's what you gave me for
That's
an intro?
that's-
Wow.
Well, here's the beautiful thing.
What can you do with that?
Usually, I do the color. But now that Kyle's kind of got a microphone in front of him, I'm going to watch him do the color, which usually ends up, yep. So, yeah, Citizen State Bank tore down the old the chicken place. You could have called it Big O Tire.
I know, I kind of feel like it was Big O Tire than the chicken place, right?
Yep, that's exactly right. And so...
Nothing like tires and chicken.
Tore it down, and now there's going to be Citizen State Bank will move into that new facility that gets built. Some other stuff that's happening around town is 5th Street Phase 1. That's 5th and Jackson. So we're building, we're basically rebuilding 5th Street from on the west side of Main Street. Mm-hmm. And we're going all the way from the west end and working our way towards Main, and there's 2 phases. So one is getting built.
What's that mean? What's going on in Phase 1?
They'll go in and just like they did on 8th Street over on the east side of town, where they'll put new water lines, they'll put new sewer, they'll put new everything in. So it's a complete rebuild of that street.
New sidewalks.
I was going to say
new
curbs,
everything.
Yeah.
See, Kyle is what I'd call the color 2 guy.
Yes.
He's not the color guy. He doesn't want to be the color guy. He wants Star to bring up a topic, and then she'll quickly realize, oh,
I don't know
what am I talking about? And I'll kind of try to fill in, and then Kyle, who doesn't really want to be that lead, yeah, he just jumps in at the very end and says 3. That'd be 3.
So, folks, if you're wondering why this works, that's the formula.
And so there, and then
can I ask you something quickly though about the citizen? Sure. So the corner there, or the end that Citizens has been on, I mean, gosh, they have been there for absolutely ever, haven't they?
Just for everybody, just so that you don't feel like you got whiplash like I did.
Why?
We were on 5th.
I know, but I wanted to go back to Citizens.
Back all the way to Citizens.
Look at my notes. I stopped.
Okay.
Half word.
So
yeah. So is anything else? People want to know, is anything else going in the end of that building?
Where Citizens used to be, I don't know. That's a building that's owned by Jay Cornett.
Well, isn't that whole building owned by one person? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what they haven't told us.
They haven't said anything to you.
No. And Jay and I, we have a great relationship, and Jay would share it, but like I said,
maybe did. Yeah.
Just don't know yet.
There's your answer for that. What did that mean, Kyle? Oh, he's pointed to the next thing. Get back to 5th Street, Mike.
5th Street, Phase 1 is being constructed.
Okay.
Phase 2 is designed and bid. And so when they're done with Phase 1, they'll just continue Phase 2 kind of hopefully seamlessly from there, headed towards Main Street.
Do you feel like all the work that's been done thus far you're happy with?
Yeah. And I think
I
think that one of the things that everybody needs to realize is the reason we do the total rebuilds is those roads with sewers and stuff were built in the early 1900s. And so a lot of them have combined sewers and different things like that.
To be rebuilt.
We're trying to upgrade them and make sure that we have good road surface and everything.
Well, because if you're going to rip up the roads and do all that, you might as well put new down. And the sidewalks needed done also, didn't they?
They did. And the big one in this area, a lot of the trouble they had with 5th Street was drainage, storm drainage. So we're putting storm drainage in so that we can get the water out of that area as quick as possible.
Does it sit lower than...
Some areas do. Okay. Some of the intersections sit kind of low, and they don't have
the drainage
beehives or collectors, so water just sits in the corner.
Yeah.
Another project that we're working on in this one, I'm gonna throw out one that Kyle probably, just because of his job, should be able to actually do color on, which is the boulders.
Well, I was going to skip ahead to the Pizza King parking lot.
There's no skipping, Kyle. Right on.
The parking lot in front of Pizza King.
Okay, go ahead.
That is the paving crew that's doing 5th Street Phase 1.
Oh, okay. That's what
they're going to move
okay.
over to repave the Pizza King parking lot.
Oh, nice.
So
okay, good.
they fixed a wall. They fixed the center median. I think will be gone. I think was where we decided that. That centerpiece there, and then they're going to
in the parking lot.
Yeah,
I understand what you're saying.
And then they'll repave the whole parking lot. So
remember, there used to be that island.
Oh yes,
and that should take place soon.
Probably ran over.
But now
Boulders,
on to Boulders.
Tell us.
That is the housing addition there at 16th and Spencer.
Okay.
Joyner Homes had been building. I think they've got 7 homes, finishing the 7th one now.
And Joyner was in phase 1.
Yes.
But
so many phases.
This phase of Boulders is really phase 2 and 3.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And
so what does that entail?
It adds another 40 lots, buildable lots. And these are going to be more of your higher end custom,
custom homes.
Pretty custom homes.
All right.
And
a lot of these properties, especially on the ones that are in the lower portion, which would be phase 3, they have water. So in other words, they'll back up to water. So you'll have that as a added feature to be able to look out of your back patio.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just water that they could use.
No.
I believe all the homes come.
They will have drinking water.
That's nice. That's nice. How many more homes? 40. What did you say?
40 additional lots will be built out on Monroe Way, and that will connect down to the existing Monroe Way and Wilson Estates. And there'll be a cul-de-sac in that area, and then actually to the north, which is
name that cul-de-sac.
I think we should name
it. They've all got names.
Okay.
I don't know what they are.
Kyle, you?
No, it was pre-me, so it might have been that Brian guy.
Do you know what
Brian Sheehan?
Do you know what the last 2 cul-de-sacs were named in Washington Street?
Yeah.
No.
Ball Street and Copley. No, it was Bridges and Copley.
Oh,
right there.
That's nice.
Copley Circle, Bridges Way.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I expect the same.
Okay. You want it just to be Starway?
Please.
So that Boulders Phase 2 and 3 is supposed to be wrapping up probably mid to late
Can
June.
I ask a question that's probably not popular, except to the people who may not like this whole? Are there people who are really opposed to this development, or have you been met with no
Not
criticism
too bad.
or anything?
Not bad on this one.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can tell when you're lying, Kyle. No, I'm just kidding. You looked at me like-
So can Mary Kate.
I know Mary Kate can.
So no, it should finish up here soon. They started paving up there this week, and it might even be finished today or tomorrow with the paving. So the first layer of asphalt they'll put down.
Now these homes that they're building, I'm just curious myself. Are these homes that are already sold? Like someone is building them, or are they going to build them and somebody's going to buy them?
Though most of them will probably be. You'll go in and work with a homeowner,
a builder, and yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And that one is S&W Homes that's building over on Washington Street now. They're going to be building here in phase 2 and 3.
Okay.
So excited to see
I
that.
just remember years and years and years ago talking about, like the surveys that had been done and the obvious need for housing in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember there were a lot of people that were like, wah, 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 wah. So, well, it is true. Obviously, right? I mean, there's not a lot of empty housing right now, is there?
No, not really. We're in pretty good shape. Kind of trying to keep pace. And right now we are. Another one that Kyle doesn't have on here.
Strike 2, Kyle.
Is the villas. So that's one that that's the apartments just between North Washington Street and the Boulders. It's they're getting ready to put 2 buildings up. And both of those buildings have, how many units got?
This is where Color Commentary 2 comes in.
Yeah.
Be a total of 48 new units. They have 48 now. And
they're going to
have
3-story buildings.
Wow.
2-story buildings.
Yep.
Look at us, rising above the...
So,
wonder what we'll see.
It's
high rises out there.
We thought about making them higher, but the county says we can't put anything taller than the courthouse.
Okay. That's not true. In front of the courthouse looks wonderful, by the way.
Yeah, it does.
Not that you're responsible for that in any capacity, but it does look wonderful.
I'll take credit for the good things.
And
they
Vogel's
did.
did it, right? Kurt Vogel did
Yep.
it? Yeah, it looks wonderful.
Yep. They did a great job.
Congratulations. Now what, Kyle?
Another piece kind of goes along with our housing stuff is, for a long time, the mayor and Brian always worked on blighted properties,
Yes.
how to eliminate, work with all of that. And that's continued,
Unsafe
from
and unsightly properties.
unsafe buildings and everything. So there's been a lot of effort with that. Always work to do.
I've noticed that
but-
in town. I have just kind of rolling through and being like, wow, that house, I know there was a house there, now it's gone.
Yeah. And those are ones that, the quicker you can get them into a lot of these recently, the city's not had any type of ownership with them. But it's trying to get them in the hands of a developer that, would build an infill housing. And
we have some that we've targeted kind of on our own.
I was going to say, I just remember years ago about, that was a mission kind of to get rid, because there were many more than obviously there are now. And they're not just unsightly. There were many that were unsafe.
Yeah. So here soon you'll see our efforts, and then I think you'll see some from the region and the blight effort through Lily. Will probably play in a little bit. So that's something Lily has.
Lily has said no more trash in your yard.
Well, they've been willing to invest in it as long as it cleans up areas and it promotes housing. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Another building that's kind of being transformed right now.
The old pharmacy.
The old pharmacy. They call it the RX building.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And Kyle and I have walked through it now. The inside's pretty... That's cool.
It's changing rapidly day to day, like this week, I feel like.
And you have to... The nice thing on this one is it's a project that is definitely... they are doing it right. So they have...
Yeah, the infrastructure has been rebuilt, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's done a lot of things to that building.
Are there steel... Did they set like steel beams in there? That's what it looked like against where the glass was before in the front on Main Street.
I don't know that they set steel. They exposed a lot of steel.
That's
that
probably
was
what it was.
up that front entry, and he puts a lot of stuff out and informs people. So he's done.
Is that you trying to tell me to get on Facebook?
No. What is it that everybody says? We don't need another gym, and you can tell that
they want. He's been getting a lot of comments that it should be a restaurant. It needs to be a restaurant.
Well, is he in the business of restaurants?
No.
Then that's certainly not what it's going to be.
Not even part of his business plan.
He never was.
But it's like you say, it's funny because we deal with it.
Will you go back to that, Kyle?
And now he's experiencing it a little bit. And kind of our philosophy is, hey, if it's their money and they want to do whatever they want to do, good for them.
Well, and also, okay, so right now we're looking at this post that the RX building made on Facebook, and it has like an exposed beam with is it Hanukkah? I don't know if that's wrong. And Sons. And then there's posted information about the history of it, which is really, really interesting. They were an architectural ironworks based in Ohio. They were a notable manufacturer of ornamental ironwork, including cemetery fencing, operating in the 19th and early 20th centuries. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is neat. I think that was because he took a picture of it and said, "This
does anyone know?" Yeah.
Yeah, and I think somebody's obviously come out, and I think, and some of the times
your friend and mine, Joe.
Yeah, Joe Rates is.
Thank you, Joe
He's
Rates.
the information source on that one, but I think like Kevin Hart. Kevin is one who will have a lot of pictures that they get to go back and reference. So.
If you're wondering why the awning it's rotting from the studs, that's why.
So everybody understands we are looking at the pictures on their Facebook site as we.
I just thought we're a real podcast now because I listen to podcasts where they do that and it's like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, I can't see it. I'm driving.
To start,
is this an upstairs of this building? There's an upstairs of this building?
Yeah.
I love the downtown buildings, so I'm fascinated.
And if you notice, one of the things that we're going to have to address is whenever they took the old wrap that went around, Wookie lost his elbow.
I was just getting ready to ask, did that affect that? Because are there bigger doors on this side now, or is it just that one overhead? We're looking at pictures.
Just the one overhead right now. But all these windows up top, they all function and open.
Oh my
They swing out.
So. And not only that, but regardless of what your opinion is on what the end result will be, what business will be in there, these people have come in and dropped a pretty dime in this community. I mean, yes, they have. There's no doubt about that.
They are truly, everything in our dealings with them, they've been wonderful people to deal with.
They're great
very-
community
I mean,
partners.
as far as business go, I mean, if it's just strictly business, they just dropped a big investment in the corner of the downtown, or of our downtown.
Right.
Probably the
and
most prominent corner, honestly.
And I'm sure that Mildred will want to keep up and match them on that investment made in our downtown. This is the part where we leverage Star.
This is the part where we called
We
Miller
try
the
to
driller on the air.
we try to get Josh Miller and Josh Miller's pocket.
And it might happen, friends. That's really cool, though. I think that's really. Do they have any type of end date that they've announced when they would be open?
I haven't heard. I know, but
I always
on
hate
the
asking that
civic
question,
side,
but-
they're amazing civic leaders as far as giving back to the community, being involved in the community. They've
Just
done
even
some-
the fact that they're doing this, like they don't have to make any of this public. They could
No.
just come in there, not talk to anybody, not eat lunch here, not talk to anybody, not
And to call it the RX building,
I think that's a very
good-
nice nod.
Yep.
Yeah.
there's a picture of just the inside,
Kyle's making me want to get back on that
Like-
Facebook.
what they've, exposed some of the brick, but also
Yes.
left, and they've come in and finished this, not
Well,
just left
see,
it.
Yeah. Remember before Fish Moon was in Fish Moon, that whole building, like, it's just so cool. All of the different architecture in there, all the different, like, there's brick and their
their equipment starting to go in.
and this is where my interest wanes. How much of a pull-up bar girl.
And weights are heavy.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
My arms are sore from weeding for like 20 minutes.
This is the part where the color guy just goes quiet.
Quiet. Okay, I like this.
So we
Okay.
get beyond that. Another project we've got going out there is
We need to work on our segues. That wasn't.
I'm trying. I didn't know that we were going to have episodes. that went 4
Honestly,
hours
I
and
just
15
think we
minutes.
should do this. Jump right to the most important part, which is the last thing on Kyle's list.
You can't announce that yet.
No, you
I
can't.
can't?
That's the very last thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well,
They got
Now
to
you
tune in
know.
to the end of this
What did-
podcast.
what did
you-
They can't even skip forward.
you can't fast
Not on
forward
this
on our
episode.
podcast.
What did you say about the business that put on the windows? What did they put on the windows?
Oh, it says we have a secret, I think is what it says.
Yeah.
And as I drove by to come to this podcast, I said of my sweet friends Sarah and Jessica, they're masters of that, of creating the buzz.
And we're trying to create the buzz here, and you're trying to skip
For
that.
what? The very last thing, it's not that exciting. It's not Walmart. Okay, I'm just going to tell you guys right now that Walmart is not reopening. Shh. We've got a secret. See, I was right, Kyle. And it's also very cute. So we're talking about the old, is it Goodyear building? Why is Mike leaving the table?
God.
He's overtaken with emotion about this announcement.
It's got him all worked up.
He's really, I mean, he left the table. Maybe we do need some video feed in here.
We need water. in this.
Well, here's
that's
the
our
tea,
next
but-
upgrade.
Yeah, why don't you guys have any drinks? I have like 3 drinks and a piece of candy.
I don't know. We haven't thought of that apparently.
Raw dogging it here on this podcast.
I've never had a coughing episode before, so I didn't think about it.
Well, it's probably because the universe wanted you to talk about the very last thing, but instead we'll talk
This-
about the police department entrance
This-
/ memorial. This is nice, so let's do talk about this. It's very
Well,
important.
Thank you. We appreciate it. And if this continues to go as long as it is, we're going to do a docu-series. There's 4 episodes to get through one.
I
podcast.
Remember
love
that
it.
episode the mayor passed out on?
Yeah, right. Remember the first time we recorded and it didn't record?
Yes. Or the last one where one of the mics didn't work, and
Sorry, Brian.
we heard
And
him
it
cheer
happened to be
through something
Brian.
else.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
probably a good thing it was Brian, because
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
he's louder.
But he
about it.
talked loud enough, nobody really
Right,
noticed.
exactly. Okay, police department entrance memorial. What does that mean? And it's the memorial for fallen officers and dogs
Yes,
at the Rushville Police Department.
at the entry. So they'll redo the entry to the police station.
So not the where we used to go in for council meetings,
No,
but the
the
front.
front.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. What's it going to be? Do you know? I mean, is it?
Kind of like a plaza.
That's nice.
It'll have a statue, couple
More
statues
formal. It'd be
out
more
front.
formal opening,
Statue
too,
of
wouldn't it? Yeah.
an officer and a dog.
Aw.
Yep, and it'll have some pavers and
That's really nice.
It'll be
That's nice.
Yep.
Did they? Is that? I mean, can I ask? Is that something the city paid for? The police department raised money for
there
it?
is money. for it.
Okay, great, wonderful.
The other one, the next project is Morgan Street Trail. That's basically they're up right now, and I can tell you because I hear the beep, beep, beep.
You're out.
Yeah, because the you know how people say, well, the mayor got this and the mayor got that.
The mayor
Well,
got crap
you know what
on
else
his
the mayor-
location.
You know what else the mayor got? The construction,
Right.
like the site is directly across from my house. So,
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
so we hear every week. I can tell you that Fridays sometimes they don't work because I don't hear the beeping.
Well, that's how we
Most
do it in the
of-
construction. world.
410s.
Most of the time they do work
Work
on
from home.
Fridays. And they are-
418s.
right now they're just about a block past my house, but they've got to come back and do some other stuff.
It really does look nice right there.
It will.
What they were doing at that intersection last week, from what I saw.
It'll
So is
be-
it all finished up right there, and they've moved down more?
Yeah, they like I say they've got a crew that kind of pours and gets
Mhm,
everything ahead, and then there's kind of a crew that follows and cleans up
Yeah, it's a
and
mapped
does the
out
smaller
process,
stuff.
yeah.
So
They've
I
got
don't-
some poles that Duke is going to come and help
Reset.
remove,
Oh,
and
okay.
then we'll come in at the end. Custer Electric will
Mhm.
come in and put decorative
Nice.
poles in.
Oh, because these are they just light poles?
Yeah,
Oh,
these are
okay,
just
yeah.
the wooden.
Okay.
now they in that where there used to be that big wide sweeping turn,
Mm-hmm.
there will be kind of an island out there to keep people from sweeping,
Veering into the
sweeping
yeah.
into the oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
So that hasn't been done yet. So I'm guessing at some point they'll come back and address that.
I would
but don't
assume you
know
could
when.
probably sit there and watch people tag that for like the first
Oh, yeah,
6
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, it'll throw things into a tizzy
Yeah,
in the neighborhood
yeah,
for a little bit.
it really will.
But-
And slow people down too, because you can kind of book it right through that little area.
And then when they're done and they've signed off on it, then Custer Electric will come in and put pedestal
downward
lights.
facing light.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pedestal lights with downward facing. So
And
it'll be
now-
really nice. I think people. And some of these are kind of odd projects because they get awarded,
Mhm.
and then you talk about them for 4 years or 5 years or 6 years
Mhm.
or whatever, and then they finally hit the queue of like, it's time for us to build this, and then everybody.
Is it because they wait to not reimburse, but
They're-
disbursements and
they're
money?
funded. It's budget cycle, so
I
they're so
gotcha.
far out.
So
I
like
gotcha.
now, like right now on NDOT, if we were to get a project approved today,
Oh, it's
it
not gonna
wouldn't
happen
start till
2029.
2030,
Yeah. Okay.
2031.
Mhm.
And so, like I say, a lot of times people are like, one is they think, well, it'll never get done, and then all of a sudden it appears, and everybody's like, ooh, it's a new project. And it's
No.
like, no,
We
it's the
decided
same
this
project
7
we've been
years ago.
talking about for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going, and it will be a nice project at its completion, which should be this fall.
Good.
And then this is the one that Kyle has. He has banked his future on this.
He has a sound effect. I know he does.
No, here, go.
Hit it. Do it.
You got to announce it first.
Oh, what? No, I'm not saying it. I almost ruined it the first time.
No, go ahead.
Oh, really? Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Well, friends, Dollar General is reopening its doors. That's
Very nice.
right, friends.
When does that happen, Kyle?
I think it opened up yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which means by the time you're hearing this podcast,
The
it's
Facebook
for
told me.
sure open.
Oh, good.
So
Good for them.
we've been trying to work with them, in all seriousness, trying to work with calling the headquarters.
Was it
and-
abrupt? I think
and-
it was an abrupt. We're not here. We're closed now with a sign on the
Yeah,
window.
yeah,
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think
we,
it was a result of that big rain we
Yeah.
had. Is when they started having issues.
What's that mean? Oh, to the building? Like inside they were okay. I thought you
Yeah.
just meant they just
Yeah.
maybe didn't have people to work or something.
No.
Oh, okay.
so that cleanup took some time, and
That building's awfully
Now they're back.
old,
It
isn't it?
used to be that
Harsh.
space would have been maybe Hooks.
Hooks was where
Okay.
the fitness place is.
Which is
Family
where the
Rushville Family Fitness.
Okay. All right.
Right
Dad
next
used
door.
my council member Ron Gardner used to work there.
That's how he needs
At the
to be
fit- At
addressed.
the fitness place?
No, he said the weights were too heavy.
Okay.
Right, like me. Yeah.
At Hooks
Okay.
Drugstore back in the day.
Where was
What did he
Coast to
do at
Coast?
Hooks?
I think
But I'm
just
not a part of this
cashier.
conversation.
So is Star still here?
I don't know. Me and I are making
Hey, it's a great
contact.
conversation.
It's going great. And it started.
Where did our host go?
She is over there.
Where was Coast to Coast? I thought it was right there where you said Hooks was.
Coast to Coast was south of town. It was down by Kroger.
By 3D. 3D was on the end.
Yes, it was.
And then Coast to Coast was at where the Rush to Work place is now. Coast to
Correct.
Coast was there for a short time.
Wow, you're right. It was. Which we would know that is P and Hirsch.
We wouldn't.
We wouldn't.
I'm not
I
in the
wouldn't.
same.
I wouldn't.
Don't be lumping me.
Was that
you?
was that your first year in office?
Oh, that's so cute. That was where, as a kid, you went to Western Auto. Well, you went to P and Hirsch and Western Auto. They were side by side.
Mhm.
One is where you got your like bicycles and stuff like that kind of stuff. The other one is where you got like your gym clothes. Like you had gym clothes that you had to wear, and they had to be white and all that. And that's where they sold that line of you had tennis shoes. You could buy tennis shoes in there. Buy some clothes.
I'm still stuck on the wearing all white and gym. Like, I still think that is the most odd. How about all black? Not all white that you can see through.
And we weren't the goth era.
No,
we were.
But it was Johnny Cash.
Oh,
yeah.
And Roy Orbison.
You can't mess up black either. It's a universal color. Okay, everyone right now is turning this podcast down, so let's go ahead and let you go. Oh, wait, what does this say?
Finish strong.
Do we say anything? I don't know what that is going to be, so Mike, take it away.
Well, we're still working on what used to be, and again, some of the times it's the names. Used to be Christian Values, and then became Two Thrifty Girls, and we continue to basically go in there and kind of gut, for lack of a more complicated term, just go in there and
because it's been empty for a little bit, right? I mean, it needs zhuzhed up,
and it was. Again, a lot of buildings in Rushville, or a lot of buildings in smaller communities, they become multi-use. And so it had an apartment, it had some retail space, it had some warehouse.
It's a deep building, if you will.
It had been a dairy, it had been a dry cleaning. It had been a lot of different things. And so when you get in there to clean it out, you're not cleaning out, hey, this last tenant. No. You're cleaning out.
Have you found anything cool? Has anybody found anything cool?
We found some gauges back on a wall that we think were probably from when they operated the dairy in there.
That's cool.
We found some. We found some old beer cans, and the beer cans actually they weren't full.
Were they pull top?
Yes,
top?
They were pull top. They were like
Fall City.
Fall City.
Oh, I can't wait to tell Miller that.
Found a 7-Up, couple old 7-Up cans with pull tabs. Found in the wall. Found a book of matches. Unused matches from the Durban Hotel.
What?
Well, you find odd things you get from different places. So. Yeah. But nothing. I mean, it's not.
But it's the history of our city.
No duffel bag full of money or anything.
Does anybody? Here's a question. Does anybody remember when it had a pizza parlor in the front of it?
No.
That would have been in the.
I remember the Firehouse. Or what restaurant? Was there a restaurant right there? Firehouse restaurant right there? Around the corner.
No, but was the here's a question. Again, maybe we'll get people involved. Was there a restaurant in what is now the little haircutting salon next to it?
That's what I mean. Yes, it was. I remember going there.
Well, you just switched buildings on me.
No, that was what I was talking about originally. Look, if that's Thrifty Girls.
She's drawing on a piece of paper for those of you who have no idea what she's doing.
And then there's the alley, and then Jackie Spaeth Frazier's hair place. That's the place you're talking about, right? Yeah. There was a restaurant there.
Okay. I
have a bench in my house that was in that.
I kind of remember that as a kid, but I don't know that I ever went.
I just have one. Yeah, here, Kyle. Look. He's like, here. Let's get a visual.
And it is now Steffi Newbold.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. Steffi Newbold. I'm sorry.
I mean, at one time,
I really need to get on Facebook.
At one time, it was Mrs. Edwards, wasn't it?
Who's that?
Lorraine. Didn't Lorraine come here?
I don't know who Lorraine Edwards is. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, I do know who Lorraine is. And Mike's mom. Yes, I'm sorry. Gosh, dang.
I think she cut hair.
We are doing exactly what me and my friends always give the prior generations hard time for. Wasn't that the old Smith property that they sold that one thing?
Well, this is what my wife would say. You guys just have a conversation that I know nothing about because I know no one. And so the 3 generations you guys covered, don't know any of them.
And we started this podcast with the Big O Tire building. And there's a lot of people going, what was the Big O Tire building?
Yep.
So what has it been the whole time? What's the sequence of businesses that's been in there?
What building?
The Big O building.
Big O, NTB.
What was it before that? NTB?
It was built for Big O.
Okay.
And then it was NTB, and it was a tire place.
Okay, yeah.
And then
it closed. I thought it was there. For some reason, I thought that building was there.
I think it did. It closed, and then it came back as the chicken
axe throwing, Noble Romans,
pork, Rush County Pork.
Yep. The smokehouse.
A lot of things.
Yep. And that's the thing. Reiner's owned that right before Citizens, and Reiner's out of Greensburg, and the Wolf Theater just closed as of last week. They had someone come purchase the building. So, but they are still
brothers. Oh, like that's who did this.
They're still operating. They're still operating downstairs, the Princess Theater.
So they basically moved from Greensburg, and now they own an eightplex in Mooresville. And so they still run the Rushville and they still run Mooresville, but they don't run Greensburg as of this weekend.
Yep.
I think.
Wow.
Yep. So,
So is it reopened with a new owner or not yet?
I don't think it'll reopen as a movie theater.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of sad, but maybe good for us.
This is the place to watch movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if anyone has, any of our listeners have gift cards and everything else, I know
They'll be
RES
honored here.
sells them, and they will all be honored here.
That's nice. Well, this might be a good thing for us.
Might get a little
Sorry,
busier.
Greensburg. Yeah.
Yep.
But,
Well, good for them. Anything else exciting?
I think for right now, that took up 6 episodes right there.
we have a rolling clock at 30 minutes and 30 seconds.
We have been talking for 30 minutes.
Would you
Brian
be mad if I
Sheehan
said this
wasn't
wasn't
here.
if I said this wasn't recording?
I would be slightly
Yeah,
irritated.
well, I'm not going to say that now.
Okay, good.
We're
All
safe.
right, that's all for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. That wraps up this episode of Unofficially Official. We thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed today's episode, you can subscribe to our show on your streaming platform of choice.